de Avellaneda in Argentina. Then he moved to Atletico de Madrid, Manchester City, and now at the age of 32, he arrives to Barcelona. And of course, it's a good example that you never know when the chance can arrive to join us. Also, he has said the best club of the world. I am in the best club of the world. This is what Kun Agüero has said. And of course, he's really excited to be back at La Liga Santander.
Yes, you find it even surprising that Agüero is just 32 years of age, because we've seen him for so long. He made his debut at a very young age in Argentina, signed for Atletico de Madrid, just 18 years old he was back then. And then, of course, he's played for Manchester City for 10 years, and signing Sergio El Kun Agüero, of course, is synonym of goals. Sergio El Kun Agüero will get you goals because he's got that instinct inside the box. Even though he's not a very tall player, his main area of influence is inside the box. That's where he maneuvers the best, and Sergio Agüero has a great knack for scoring.
Goals and titles, Robert, because Agüero has won 17 titles in his career. Of course, one of the big highlights of his career was in 2011-2012 season, the first year that he was in Manchester City. He scored a late goal in the 94th minute in the last week of the season, and the league was in play between Manchester City and the big rivals, Manchester United.
Yeah.
And that late goal in the 94th minute was the start of a successful career for Agüero in England and in Manchester City, because Manchester City won their first Premier League since 1967-1968. Big moments for Agüero, that has spent 10 years in England, 10 years in the Premier League. Of course, a good experience that he has learned from one of the best leagues also in the world. And now he's at Barca, and he arrives here for free as a free agent after spending and ending his contract for Manchester City. So also that's something really positive for Barca, because he arrives free of charge.
Yes, and there is a first and official handshake for Sergio El Kun Agüero. A round of applause at the Llotja President Josep Sunyol. And here, El Kun Agüero receiving his first Barca jersey. Of course, we're seeing this season's Barca jersey. We have not presented next season's Barca jersey yet, so El Kun Agüero will be presented in the 2021 first kit. But
we don't know yet,
moment.
And we don't know yet, of course, the number.
True.
Because that's that. But we know what is gonna appear in the shirt is Kun Agüero, because depending on the club he has been, sometimes Agüero, then Kun. Well, so this in Barca he will wear Kun Agüero, and of course, special moment for him to join Barcelona. He will become the 27th Argentinian player, and now he's gonna sign here this good moment for Agüero.
Yeah, that great illustration of Sergio El Kun Agüero becoming a culé. Benvingut culé. It says, welcome culé to a great legend in Argentina. I would qualify him as a legend in Argentina. He is definitely one of the greatest players of all time there. He has played up to 97 times for La Selección Absoluta, for the Albiceleste, and he scored 41 goals with them.
Yes, and he started an era in Argentina with, of course, Leo Messi, Di Maria, a lot of players that were in the Olympics in 2008. They won the gold medal, beating Nigeria 1-0. Actually, Di Maria was the player who scored that goal. And then, of course, one World Cup final, 3 Copa America finals. They have been there really close to win a big title. Let's see if this summer it can be the chance for Argentina to win this Copa America. But of course, this generation of players that have been an important part of an era in Argentina, and Kun Agüero has been a key player, of course, for them.
Yes, and of course it's been a very busy day today for Sergio El Kun Agüero. He was in Barcelona early in the morning. He underwent all the medical tests at between 12 and 2, Ciutat Esportiva, Hospital of Barcelona as well. Now the official presentation, and it's a very exciting day, but also a very hectic day. He talked to Barca TV exclusively as well. And, of course, a very excited Sergio El Kun Agüero. I think for football players, when they sign for Football Barcelona, this is one of the days that is very hard to forget for them.
Absolutely. Now, after signing this contract, he will be for his first time at the Camp Nou in the grass for the traditional first moments with a ball in the stadium. And after this, the official press conference, as you just said, Robert, Agüero will give his first words as a Barca player. Busy day for him, and after that, as we said, he will travel to Argentina to join his colleagues there in the national team. A Copa America that in the end will be played in Brazil and not in Argentina. The debut for the national team of Argentina will be the 13th June, so some few days for him with, I think, lots of emotions, and look at this brilliant stadium, the Camp Nou,
Exactly,
of course.
yeah. What a beautiful scenery.
Beautiful scene, and Kun Agüero will be, not for the first time, of course, at the Camp Nou, because he has played lots of games when he was defending Atletico de Madrid's colours.
And the Manchester City as well.
Exactly, and with Manchester City in the Champions League. But of
Those were the words of Sergio El Kun Agüero for Barca TV. An excited Agüero, who, of course, wants to be an important part in the team. We'll have to see which role he has next season. He's had some trouble with injuries this season. Let's hope that he can overcome those and become a regular part for Football Club Barcelona in the 21-22 season. And yeah, as I was saying before, Bruno, Sergio Agüero equals goals.
Absolutely. And Robert, I want to ask you something. I don't know if you know why they call him Kun, because this is something that probably most of our viewers now are going to be asking.
I seem to remember from back when he was playing for Atletico in the first decade of the 2000s. Did it have something to do with a cartoon in Argentina or something like that?
A cartoon in Japan.
Oh, in Japan.
Because, I mean, Agüero used to watch a Japanese anime series called Kum Kum. And it was his grandparents who started calling him Kun because of a certain similarity between the child and character, and the name has stuck ever since. So this is something curious. You were mostly right with your idea about the cartoons.
I seem to remember that. I'm going to ask you another question, Bruno. How many goals do you think that Agüero scored against Barca while he was playing for Atletico de Madrid?
Just Atletico de Madrid?
Just Atletico de Madrid.
5 goals?
You studied, Bruno.
No, honestly.
I
guess it. I know more or less probably around 3 and 6, but yeah, good to know it.
It was 5 goals with Atletico de Madrid and 1 with Manchester City in a defeat for City, a win for Barca at the Etihad Stadium a few seasons back in the Champions League. And Agüero, I was saying before, a player who, for his height, is very good inside the box, and he can score from headers. He knows how to get into a position. He has that goal-scoring instinct. He can sniff goals. Absolutely.
I think it's going to be really useful for Barca because it's true that probably this season, I mean, there was not a kind of a clear number 9. Griezmann is not exactly a number 9, and Agüero, he of course knows what it means to score goals, and he knows to play there, and it's a kind of his natural position. So I'm sure that Agüero will help a lot the squad up front, scoring goals. That is something really important in any football club. And actually, in England, he has set a number of records, including a club record and 260 goals for Manchester City, 83 more than the previous holder that was Eric Brook in the interwar period. So to I think explain a little bit the importance of Agüero, of course in his skills, but also, as you were saying, Robert, that he's a top scorer, and that's something I think to take into account, because it's true now he's 32, but it's a good time now with all his experience to show. And when you have your goal in your DNA, it doesn't matter how old you are, because this can, I think, help a lot Barcelona. And we're talking about a top-class player, Kun Agüero, that for sure is going to be an important part of this team.
Yes, definitely. I'm sure he'll be able to contribute a lot in terms of scoring. It hasn't been a bad goal-scoring season for Barca, but there have been moments in which we've heard Ronald Koeman this season complain about how the team wasn't being clinical enough with the opportunities created, especially in the early part of the season. And I think the addition of Agüero is definitely going to help in that sense. Agüero knows how to score goals. He finds the back of the net with ease. And you were talking about his 260 goals. 184 of them came in the Premier League, and that turned him into the player with the most goals with one single team in the history of the Premier League, ahead of some very important names like Wayne Rooney, like Thierry Henry, like Alan Shearer. So Yeah, Agüero
It's
is
impressive.
a legend.
It's impressive, exactly, because when you read these stats, you realize all what Kun Agüero has done in the Premier League, and now back in La Liga, he also wants to surprise everyone, and not just scoring goals in league games. He also knows what it means to play well in important moments and important dates. For example, the European Super Cup, when Atletico de Madrid won Inter, and it wasn't the same Atletico de Madrid that is right now. He gave an assist and he scored a goal. And well, now he's in the dressing room, Robert.
There he is in the dressing room, getting ready to step onto Camp Nou for his first official touches as a Barca player. After that will come the press conference. We'll be translating it from here, from Barca TV Plus and Barca's YouTube and Facebook channel. And it looks good on him, doesn't it, Bruno, the Barca kit?
Yeah, I think he has changed a little bit his look since his first years in Spain.
Yeah.
But yeah, this shirt, these pants, these colors, great image to see Kun Agüero wearing Barca's shirt. There are always rumors, and you sometimes see in the papers this kind of collages of pictures with some top class players with Barca shirt when there are some rumors. But now
Photoshop helps with everything.
Absolutely,
and Photoshop makes anything possible these days.
But once you see it here real, is something really special. I think we also have Kun Agüero now in the tunnel, just a few meters the grass.
If you guys are waiting to see Sergio Kun Agüero stepping on to Camp Nou for the first time in a Barca jersey, well, we're just seconds away from seeing that. There is our colleague Aviv Levy from Barca's social media channel, the official photographer Miguel Ruiz also stepping onto the field. And you can see Barca TV's cameraman as well. So that means that Agüero is just a few seconds away from
big
stepping
moment
on to Camp Nou.
The big moment is about to arrive. We're gonna see Kun Agüero, and I think he's gonna surprise everyone. He has great skills, and hopefully he's gonna show it now a bit in the stadium. Unfortunately, empty stadium for this kind of presentations. True. Because sometimes with these big names we see a full crowd, and also non-usual ticket season holders that can have the chance to visit the Camp Nou and be in these presentations. But now there we see President Joan Laporta and Kun Agüero with a big smile again.
Yes, there are the first steps of Sergio El Kun Agüero as a Barca player on to Camp Nou. Official photographs as well. And there he is, and you make a great point, Bruno. It's a shame that there aren't fans at the stadium, because we've seen some great presentations at Camp Nou. I always remember the one with Ronaldinho, Thierry Henry as well. The stadium was full, and there's a great Argentinian community as well living in Barcelona, so I'm sure they would have made their way over to Camp Nou today. It's a great shame that they aren't there to witness this moment, but hopefully next season we'll have fans back in the stadium and they will be able to see Sergio Kun Agüero scoring goals for Barca. We'll see Agüero posing for the pictures as well, and his first players under that pressure. Yeah,
I mean, Agüero, I think he's an experienced player. He's not gonna feel probably this pressure as a youngster coming up, or a young player coming from smaller teams. He has been now playing the Champions League final, and he's gonna know, of course, to fight with this kind of pressure. It also has to be quite impressive to see the empty Camp Nou here, so big. He's happy. He's I think in this mature age that he can give lots of things to the club, and this sentence that he has been saying for Barca TV, I want to arrive to the end of the season fighting for everything. I think this shows the DNA of Kun. He's a winner player. He likes to win. And now lots of pictures here with the media also from Catalonia, from Spain, from all the world, of course, everyone. With big expectations. We are talking about Kun Agüero, one of the top class players of the world.
Well, yeah, exactly. He is. Well, we was talking before about his honors with Argentina. He's the third all-time scorer for Argentina, only behind Messi, because Messi has to be the top in everything, and Gabriel Batistuta.
A legend, an absolute legend, of course, of Argentina. And Robert, I also have a question for you now that we are talking about Argentina. And if I mean, do you know? I've just told you before that this the 27th Argentinian player. Okay. Do you know some names of important Argentinian players that have played for Barca?
Do you have the whole list?
I have the whole.
Getting 50% of them would be a great success for me. But
Yeah.
so we've had Lionel Messi and Javier Mascherano, of course. I mean, I'm sure there've been lots more. Oh, Rafa Zubiria, of course, back in the 70s. I also remember
Juan Antonio, Javier Saviola, el pibito.
Oh, Riquelme, Saviola, of course.
Exactly. Juan Román Riquelme, that also was an important player for Villarreal.
Juan Pizorin.
Sorin, this is in the early 2002-2003 season.
I have another one, Gavi Milito, of course.
Milito, a great centre-back
who had
for
bad
Barca.
luck at Barca. He had a very bad luck at Barca. He got injured in the first season and never fully recovered from that.
And there was another striker that arrived in a winter transfer market that scored, exactly, Maxi Lopez, who scored a vital goal in the Champions League and also was, well, quite a special player, Maxi Lopez, and that also is remembered for his skills. And then, well, we have, of course, José Maradona, and then all the players, Daniel Astegiano, Zubiria, you said it, Juan Carlos Heredia, Bernardo Cos, Carlos Medrano,